5-1. Moving on to item number D, second reading of ZOA 11-04, consideration and action on proposed text amendment to Section 9.14, Town Center Overlay District of Article 9, Schedule of District Regulations adopted of the City of Snellville zoning ordinance, and to amend the geographic area defined on the official zoning map as a Town Center District. Chair will entertain a motion on ZOA 11-04.
I move that DRA 11-04 be approved based on staff
Second.
recommendation.
We have a motion by Councilwoman Kraus, and we have a second by Mr. Manuel.
Correct.
Councilman Manuel, Ms. Kraus, would you have comments or yield to Mr. Davis?
Yes, please.
Mr. Davis, if you would do the honors.
Thank you, ma'am. The text amendment that we're asking for is to remove, for the town center zone only, the separation that requirements for alcoholic beverage sales from schools and church properties inside the town center. With that in mind, we think it's important to be able to do that because the separations that could be required if a church or a school is established in the middle of the town center could adversely affect the commercial operation of both existing facilities and proposed facilities. The enlargement of the area, which is part 2 of this amendment, actually takes the current area zoned town center overlay and expands it to match the adopted master plan for the town center at Snellville, which the city adopted in early summer, I believe.
Any questions of Mr. Davis?
Ms. Davis, do you have a map of the town center, current and future?
There is one in your packet.
Can we put it on the display? I have printed it out right here, please. This is from the packet. Ms. Davis?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this slide that you're looking at is considered what? This is the current town center?
This is where the town center overlay currently takes effect on the official zone.
And this is the 100 some acres.
101.55 to protect.
And we're proposing to, of course, we passed in May to have a new town center. If you could slide over to the next slide, let the citizens see that, and zoom out, and explain to the citizens what this is.
This is the new area that was adopted as part of the town center at Snellville master plan in, I'll do that in May. Yes, sir. As you can see, it's considerably larger. It runs from, this area is the Snellville Oak Shopping Center, down 78, around Henry this area is plus or minus 407 acres.
I think you probably know where I'm going with this. Can you point to where the Snellville Middle School is and South Gwinnett High School? If the high school's still here, Principal Hunter, he could help out.
Roughly in this area.
And how about Snellville Baptist Church?
Right off the top of my head, I'm not sure where. I think it's this Message Church is up in this area.
You got your finger on it. That's fantastic. And how about the United Methodist Church, which is right next to it?
I believe it's this lot, or is it the other lot?
Right. Yeah. Well, just a little bit to where you were, to the right of that one, and also the other church. What I'm pointing out here, sir, is that we have schools, middle schools, high schools, churches, and now we're proposing to remove any distance from pouring alcohol or serving alcohol, and bring that from 300 feet to 0 feet.
Actually, right now, the distances are 100 feet, I believe, for churches, or 100 for schools.
100 yards?
200 yards, sorry, and 200 yards for churches
And the proposal is to strip that down to 0?
in the town center district only.
Again, I'm not the attorney here at all now, and I'd like to be able to get some help from our city attorney if this is on the spot or not. But is by state law, can we do that?
The answer is no. You have to compare what you want to do, and there is state law that regulates that regarding certain schools, churches, districts. It's very specific as to what the feet and whether or not it's distilled liquors, wines, beer, malt liquors. So it depends on what be proposed at distance, whether it's straight line also. There's different circumferences that have to be taken into account. It'd have to be very, very specific as to the area, the yardage, straight line. So there is an actual state law that governs that.
I may have a follow-up question on the liquor. If the state law is available for us to be able to look at and find out that we cannot pass, because I will not support this tonight as far as passing this new ordinance, unless I could see it from a city attorney that says that, or legal opinion that says yes, you can. The minute I see that, I definitely then support it. But at this point, I am not going to support having such a new ordinance that would include the churches and schools inside of a new district that would have liquor available to them at 0 feet.
Any other questions for Mr. Davis? We'll have council comment in a minute, but any specific questions for Mr. Davis? Thank you, Mr. Davis. Any other comments by mayor and council? I reviewed this preliminary, and there is a state statute, I believe it's 3-3-35, that regulates distilled spirits within schools and churches. If you look at the city code section that's referenced in this ordinance, section 6-5, it doesn't make a distinction between distilled spirits and beer and malt beverages. So I think the way that we've proposed this ordinance tonight is not in compliance with state law, and would ask the council to reconsider approval of this tonight, and ask the council to consider tabling this until we can have our city attorney look at this code section, because the way it's written and presented for the mayor and council to vote on tonight, you would be able to serve alcohol, whether it be distilled spirits, beer, wine, malt beverages, right up to the door of two high schools that would fall right in the middle of the town center. Excuse me, two schools, a high school and an elementary school, that would fall in the middle of the town center overlay district. Other comments by mayor and council? Is it the will of the council to call this question?
I would ask perhaps that we do table this and get further clarification on it so that we make sure we get this right.
Councilwoman Kraus, this was your motion to approve ZOA 11-04. Would you be willing to withdraw that motion at this time?
Yes, I will.
Councilman Sabah, I believe, excuse me, Councilman Manuel, I believe you second the motion. Would you withdraw your second at that time, this time?
Yes, I will withdraw my second.
Do I hear any other motions on this agenda, on this agenda item? Any motion to table?
I like the motion to table this, until,
We have a motion to table. Do we have a second? Okay. Point of order, City Attorney, tell me how we should proceed.
It is improper motion.
Postpone. Do we have a motion to postpone?
I'll make a motion to postpone.
We have a motion to postpone. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Kraus. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. 6 in favor. All those opposed, 0. Motion postponed.
Madam Chair,
We didn't give a date.
let's do the second meeting in January.
Is that agreeable to the council members that made the motion?
Madam Chair, before we move into new business, point of personal privilege, I'd like to have a 5-minute recess, please. Councilman Member Witz, we have a full house and we're almost done tonight, so I'm not inclined, if you want to make a formal motion, that's fine, we can vote on that. Madam Chair, I'd like to make a formal motion for a 5-minute recess.
Have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor of the motion as stated, signify by raising your right hand. 4 in favor, all those opposed? 2 opposed, motion carries. We'll be in recess for 5 minutes.